Alright guys, I'm here with Kennedy and we are going to do the what I call the collar drag to the single leg takedown, okay? So it's very simple and easy. I want to control his collar. He's going to control my collar. When he controls my collar over here, I want to make sure I open the elbow, drag Ken on the side. That's what we call the collar drag. And at the same time, I want to step my left foot on the side and my right goes in between his legs. Okay, just one motion, watch. 1, 2, 3, there. Okay? So again, over here, watch. 1, 2, drag. When I drag, Kennedy to not land on his head. I can turn this side over here, you can see better. Watch. To not land on his head, he has to post his hands. When he does that, I would bend the grip, grab his leg, which we call the single leg. Now I'm gonna come up, watch. And you have two options over here, watch. Sometimes I'll be able to take him down from this position, and of course, right in reality, it's gonna be a fight. Kennedy will stand up. When he stands up, what I'll do now, I can push him this way, right? That's gonna be the first one. I can land right over his hip to not let Kennedy spin upside down, right? Or, stand up for a second, please. Watch this. I use the action reaction. I'm going this way, he blocks me. I switch direction, and the same thing. Walk on the side, and I'll be able to land my shoulder over the hip to not let Kennedy spin upside down. When I say spin upside down is this: if I don't apply enough pressure over the hip, he'll be able to spin upside down. I want to make sure I put the pressure over the hip. Go ahead, Kennedy. Now he won't be able to do it, and I'll be able to complete right my pass. And the way we can complete this pass over here, watch this. I was here. I can isolate the bottom leg, shift my hips, pull the leg up, walk towards the hip. Once the bottom knee touches on the hip, I bend the grip off his leg, you know what I mean? Isolate the hip, square back, and I'll be able to stabilize the side control. All right, so I'm gonna start over here the setup guard, lunge to whip. I'm gonna start over here with the grip on the pants. I wanna also grab the sleeve. This foot over here goes right on the Kennedy's thigh, right? I push on his thigh, and I pit stop over here for a second, and I have the De La Riva hook also. Kennedy will posture up, right, trying to break this grip. When he tries to posture up, what I'll do, I take the De La Riva hook to use my leg as a pendulum, come all the way up. And I'm going to bring Kennedy's leg as close as possible to me, and I'm going to switch, feed my right arm to my left, watch. Once I grab over here, this hand over here will be free. I can control the collar, pull him back to me, push right on his thigh, and I'll be able to come up and complete this whip on the sit-up guard. Now here Kennedy has his feet on my biceps, right? We call this spider guard. So what I'm going to do now, I want to pretend I want to try to release right his hooks, right, off my biceps, and then I feel like the tension over here off his feet. I'm gonna switch, right? My palm, both of my hands, go palm up. Now I'm going to break, right, the spider guard. Once I do that, I push as hard as I can this way over here, trying to stack Kennedy. So Kennedy will feel that. If he doesn't want to get stacked for this position, he'll push back, right? The idea is to push back this way, right? When he pushes back, I'll deflect on the side. Push Kennedy straight, flat. I deflect on the side. I get over here, I'm going to land my head over his shoulder to not let Kennedy turn right to the side. And then now I'll let it go right the top leg. Push on the shoulder and replace my head. My head goes next to his head. Grab on his shoulder. I'll shift my hips. And I'll be able to isolate the hip, square back, and stabilize the side control. I'm going to start over here in Ken's back. And my idea is to get the seat belt first, right? That's what I'm going to do first. Watch. Both of my arms are going together. I get the seat belt. Once I get the seat belt over here, I'm going to drive my right shoulder right behind his head, right, to make sure when I shift my hips, I don't fall off his back. Once I do that, my next step will be using my left leg as a pendulum, and I'm going to step back. When I do the back step, what I'll do, next step, I'll pull him to my left. When he lands on my left, I can put a top hook, another pit stop over here, shrimp. When I say shrimp, I want to just face Kennedy right to the ceiling, pull the bottom hook, bring him back to the side. I want to choke him, and my head goes next. So I'm going to start over here in the Kimura grip with Kennedy, and Kennedy's idea is to come towards my head to counter an ARMBAR, right? Which is like, go ahead, Kennedy. So that's the idea. ARMBAR me right there. Boom. He wants to do this, right? I'm going to avoid that. When he comes up, I push him, slide my right knee right behind him, right underneath of him. Once I get over here, I'm going to push Ken towards the wall. And once I do that, when I feel Ken's back touch on my left leg, I'll release it, step the other leg over, and I'll be able to step the other leg over and finish the straight armbar.